Hi everyone. In this video, I'll be explaining the integumentary system, which includes the skin, hair, nails, and glands. We'll focus mainly on the layers of the skin, their structure, functions, and specialized cells. The first layer we have here is the epidermis. It is the outermost layer, and it's made of stratified squamous epithelial cells. It also is avascular, which means it has no blood vessels. And there's 5 sublayers to the epidermis. The first one there is the stratum basal, which is the deepest layer. It contains melanocytes, Merkel cells, and rapidly dividing keratinocytes. There in the picture, those are the red dots that are numbered. The next layer is the stratum spinosum, which provides strength and flexibility. It also contains Langerhans cells, which are immune functional. That next layer is the stratum granosum, which the cells begin to die, and its waterproof barrier starts forming. The next layer right above that one is the stratum lucidum. It's found only in thick skin, like the palms and the soles. And that top layer is the stratum corneum, which is the outermost layer, and it's composed of dead keratinocyte cells. Now let's talk about the dermis. As you can see in the picture, that is the middle layer. It's made of connective tissue with 2 sublayers, which is the papillary layer, which is the upper layer, and that contains areolar tissue, capillaries, nerve endings, and dermal papillae. The lower layer, which is the reticular layer, it's dense irregular connective tissue with collagen and elastin fibers. The dermis also contains hair follicles, sweat and oil glands, blood vessels, and sensory receptors. Next is that bottom layer, which is the hypodermis layer, also known as the subcutaneous layer. It's composed of adipose and area connective tissue. It functions as insulation, energy storage, shock absorption, and anchors the skin to muscles and bones. Now let's talk about the functions of each layer. So for protection, the epidermis acts as a barrier to bacteria, chemicals, and UV rays, thanks to melanin. For sensation, nerve endings in the dermis detect touch, pressure, pain, and temperature. Next, for temperature regulation, sweat glands cool the body, blood vessels constrict or dilate. For excretions, sweat removes waste products like urea and salts. And for vitamin D synthesis, UV exposure helps the skin produce vitamin D for calcium absorption. Now for specialized cells of the skin, you have the keratinocytes, which produce keratin for strength and waterproofing. The next one would be melanocytes, which produce melanin for pigmentation and UV protection. The next one would be the Langerhans cells, which help the immune system by detecting foreign invaders. And last, we have the Merkel cells, which are touch-sensitive cells in the stratum basal. In conclusion, the integumentary system is much more than just skin deep. It plays a vital role in protecting, regulating, and sensing. Understanding its structure helps us appreciate how the body defends and adapts to the environment. It also deals with homeostasis, which is defending against infection and responding to external stimuli, which gives us a better appreciation for the complexity of our skin. As the largest organ system, the skin reflects both internal and external health. which is why taking care of it is so important.